Hey guys, this is Nova Winged Angel here, and right now I have a pretty special video for you guys. Right now it's going to be my 1 week with a Mac video by a PC gamer. But yeah, I actually lowered the brightness on the Mac in case you guys notice pretty significantly because I kind of want you guys to see the finer details that I have to show you. And then I get to use my awesome new camera zoom in feature, which is pretty nifty. Let's zoom in. Okay, there we go. Awesome. Alright, anyways, so yeah, I had a week with the Mac, and the results are pretty surprising. For overall, I guess if you guys are curious, my experience with the Mac has been pretty satisfactory, and that's shocking to me because I'm such a pro PC person. But the Mac isn't bad. I mean, sure, it's not home, it's not Windows 8.1, but I do have it on here with Parallels 9. Which is pretty nifty software, but I'll talk about that later. But yeah, overall, Mac is pretty solid. I mean, it gets the job done, and it does it in a very easy way. I actually do see what people say, because a lot of people say, oh my god, the Mac is so dumbed down, it's made idiot-proof, and it is. And I feel that. I feel like it's easy, and it walks me past everything that I needed to walk me past. And I'm not used to that. I'm used to like the whole like figure out yourself type of thing with like the PCs and all that, and obviously going to Google and actively, you know, learning these things. And actually the hand holding feels a tad insulting, but at the end of the day, it's something that can be pretty beneficial for people, especially people that buy Macs, because they tend to be a little bit, oops, timed out there, a little bit, I guess, on the cognitively miserly side, for a lack of a better word. But yeah, so I think that it serves its purpose, but at the end of the day, I mean, I'm not used to it, and as a personal experience, I kind of don't like being handheld, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's still a positive thing, so I can see both sides. I'm trying to be unbiased here, but anyways. So, some of the positive things in the Mac, I guess I'll start off with the fact that it has pages and all this cool stuff, like here's Keynote, and then we have numbers, and it has these things. I haven't really taken advantage of them, I'm not gonna lie, but I have taken advantage of Pages to take notes, and it's pretty much like Word, so it's cool that it comes for free. So yeah, like Apple free, no, they probably charge you a premium for it, you know what I mean? So the laptop probably would have been dramatically cheaper had it not been for those apps, because I know Apple doesn't give anything for free, at least, you know, nothing that useful. But yeah, so I think that that's pretty cool. Because my copy of Windows 8.1 obviously is a retail copy, so it's OEM, so it doesn't come with any kind of bloatware or anything like that. They didn't come with that, and you have to pay for it, so it's pretty cool to see that it's actually available for the Mac. Other cool thing was, since in school I don't get a good signal because, you know, the breaks are running to school or whatever, elevator, blah, which I haven't been in an elevator in school yet, so anyways, yeah, so I pretty much no signal. I can use my Messenger, for my Messages app here to be able to send text through Wi-Fi, which is pretty nifty. I take advantage of that a lot, actually, and it's pretty useful, especially because I have a friend that I carpool with, and it's cool to keep in contact with them to kind of update each other on where we're at. So yeah, so it's pretty awesome. Because he probably uses the app too, also through Wi-Fi on his iPhone. Anyways, yeah, so that's cool. Another thing I did actually was I migrated all my music and all my Apple stuff. I migrated over to my Mac, and the reason why I did that was because I didn't really like the experience that iTunes gave me on the PC, because like programs would rely on it and it wouldn't close immediately, so I kind of got bothered by that. So I decided to just give my media stuff all to my Mac, except videos. Videos is just going to be on PC with VLC Media Player, but pretty much all music, iBooks, all that good stuff is going to be on the Mac, and I'm pretty happy about that decision. I'm always able to stream stuff to my PC anyway, so, you know, I can listen with my awesome surround sound that I have, and, you know, listen to some great music by that method, which is still pretty good. And I know I have limited SSD space on here because it's a 256 gig model, so but at the end of the day, all my heavy stuff is going to be on my PC, so, I mean, whatever, I don't really have reason to fret when it comes into space, because although I could get an external hard drive for this, even the Thunderbolt one, which is really fast, I don't have that threat of running out of space, because I have like, what is it, 4 terabytes total of storage space, not including my SSDs that I have running on my my awesome gaming setup here. But yeah, so that's pretty much it when it comes on to media for the Mac. And the music is still pretty cool. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't really use it for music. I use it to stream to my computer because I like the iTunes experience better on the Mac as opposed to the PC. So that's what that is. But I don't really use the Mac itself to hear music. So yeah, let's see, what else do I find satisfactory here? Another shocking thing, very, very, very shocking, was the fact that I could play some games on the Mac. And the thing is that I'm not shocked over the fact that you can play some games on the Mac. I mean, you know, like shit, like I obviously expected that. But I guess the quality of games is what really surprised me. For example, I can play Civilization 5 on here. I can play Borderlands 2, and I can play BioShock Infinite. I was shocked. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I'm shocked. I was like, those games, you know, obviously I'm not gonna play those games on here because it has an integrated graphics card. It has the Iris Pro HD from Intel. So I'm not gonna play games on it like that, but it's still pretty nifty to think that you can actually do that. In CES they were talking about a Thunderbolt graphics card connection to an external graphics card, and when things like that happening, I mean, the future's looking pretty good, guys. But I mean, you know, time will only tell. But what it's actually capable of, that Thunderbolt port graphics card. At the end of the day, I mean, you know, it looks a little ridiculous. So I mean, whatever. But yeah, so that's also another thing that I found very awesome about the Mac. Let's see, what else do I have to say about the Mac? I was able to play Minecraft at fairly awesome res, and but I just don't feel comfortable playing on a laptop for gaming. I know I'm getting a lot of shit for this, but it's just I don't think laptops are made for gaming like that. Like, if I had a laptop for gaming, I'd probably hook it up to a monitor and get a separate keyboard and mouse and game like that and use it kind of like a tower of sorts. But yeah, it's just typing on it, and it's just using the trackpad, you know, like, it's just, gaming laptops are just not my thing, which is why I didn't get one at the end of the day, because I knew what I was getting myself into. I was like, I'm not going to be gaming on it. I just don't feel comfortable doing that. So at last I got the Mac, and yeah, so I can play Minecraft on there. And all I usually do on Minecraft is probably mine my crops for my server world, and that's about it. But I don't like face off creepers or anything like that, because at the end of the day, I don't have that mobility I have with my Candy 5 and my M65 mouse here. So yeah, that's that with Minecraft, which is also a game. What else? I kind of want to do everything else before I do my look on Parallels. So let's look here. The apps are really expensive. Like the Final Cut Pro and all that, like that stuff that kind of makes the Mac, that stuff is really costly. I was like, Jesus Christ, when I saw those prices. It costs like half of the Mac itself. I'm like, whoa. So yeah, I was like, damn. Yeah, so yeah, and right here you can see I have a virus named Tom, which is located right there. And I have, okay, now I know what else I'm gonna talk about. Dear Esther, Fez, and then Rocket Bird, some crap. I haven't played that. And Super Meat Boy. Alright, so the next thing I want to talk about is a trackpad itself. The trackpad, I still haven't gotten used to it. It's great though. Like, it's really good. The trackpad kind of reminds me of like an iPad type interface on the laptop here, which is pretty fantastic. Oh, I got a little spot here. It's annoying. But it's awesome. I like the trackpad. It's just like the way it flows. See, like, and then I could just, it's awesome. Like, have two fingers down to do that. But at the end of the day, like it's just so counterintuitive for me, because I'm used to, you know, the PC stuff, that it's just, you know, taking me time to get used to it. But when I'm actually, because sometimes I get my days in which I'm just like doing it, I'm flowing with it really great, it feels fantastic. It honestly feels really, really awesome. Like something that, I mean, I don't know if this is like a strictly Apple thing, the way they have the little trackpad set up, but honestly, I could see something like a PC very benefiting a lot from this kind of interface. It's pretty great. I wouldn't mind having, well, I would mind having it on my PC, but for a laptop, the Mac, it's pretty cool. You know, let's keep it at that. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. All right, so yeah. So for Safari, I couldn't really find a way to open up multiple tabs, although there might be a way, but I didn't really bother looking. And I'm glad I didn't, because Google Chrome, I just logged into my Google stuff, and then it just opened up all my tabs for me, and it was so wonderful. I remembered some of my passwords, and it was fantastic. The just transition was just snappy. So I like that. And now let's get to the top of the top. The reason I'm not totally committing suicide right now, and it's gonna be Parallels Desktop. I bought Parallels Desktop 9 for like 40 bucks, a little bit less actually, because I didn't want to pay full price because I'm a cheapskate. But anyways, yeah, so I got it, and you know, it's pretty awesome. So there we go. And I have a funny story about this actually. So let me just put it at full res. Bam. Okay. All right. So I actually lowered my my icon size, and the reason why I did that was because this was really. If you think this is too up from the, because I'm used to mine every time the lower right corner. If it was like this popped out, like it was horrible. The gap was extreme, and this gap is still pretty annoying, but it was way more annoying before. So I had to minimize the icon sizes to really, I guess, be more uniform to the layout that I'm used to. So yeah, I have Windows 8.1 installed in here, and it runs pretty well, but it's not perfect. And in fact, I want to go to the extremes of saying it actually kind of scares me a little. What the heck is going on? Parallel Security Center allows you to install antivirus software both for Windows and Mac and manage your virtual machine security settings. Oh, okay. I'm gonna go ahead and minimize that. I'll probably mess with that after this video. But anyways, so yeah, so it scares me that people do get on Parallels or whatever they do. I haven't even done the bootloader, I don't even know what's called, dual boot, or I don't know. Anyways, so yeah, like first of all, I didn't like that bootloader thing or whatever the hell it's called, because you have to restart your system and be able to boot from the other operating system. And I'm just not about that life. I prefer having it all run at the same time whenever the hell I want to, because I mean obviously that's more efficient. But anyways, it scares me though that some people install Windows 8.1 and think this is the true Windows 8.1 experience, because it really isn't. And one of the first things that I do is update my drivers. So I try to update my drivers on Windows 8.1. I don't know if this is just a virtual OS type of thing, or if this is universal when it comes down to dual booting or whatever the hell it's called, but I couldn't update my drivers, and I found that very surprising. And it bothered me a lot, because that's what I do on my PC, you know, update all the drivers, update all the drivers, update all the drivers. That's what we do, update. And you couldn't hear, so I don't want to imagine, like, if you can't update the driver, it's a big deal for me. I don't know about you guys, but for me, if you can't update your drivers on the Windows 8.1 on the Mac, I don't want to imagine what other things you can't do. Like, honestly, I'm just not even going to look for them. I'm just going to use my 8.1, which I use for programming. I'm going to use it and do whatever the hell I need to do. But I'm just going to keep it like that, because I really don't want to be disappointed in other ways. But just, yeah, if you're a Mac user and you're listening to this, just know that that the Mac Windows 8.1 is not the definitive version of Windows. If you are using a Mac to use Windows, you're probably missing out on a lot. So don't let this be your interpretation of Windows 8.1. And if you think Windows 8.1 or whatever, I can only imagine 7 doing the same thing, whatever version of Windows you're running on your Mac, and you think it's great, trust me when I tell you, if you get a dedicated PC, you will be even more thrilled and better experience. But the experience is not bad, guys. It's not horrible, but it's just not perfect. And if it's not perfect, then for me it's pretty much terrible. But at the end of the day, in general, it's not horrible. I mean, obviously, when someone tells me, "Oh, I'm running a virtual OS," I expect it to be pretty much the virtual OS. You know, like I expect perfection. And this is not perfect, but I mean, at the end of the day, you can only do so much with you know, with an OS that's not specifically designed for a computer. So I think it does a pretty good job for what it is. But at the end of the day, let's not call it Windows 8.1 perfect or Windows 8.1. I'm gonna call it Windows 8. Half. You know what I mean? It's not just fully there. So there goes my small rant on Windows and Parallels and all that. But overall, the Parallels experience is pretty decent. I have a couple of programs already installed. It works well. And I like the seamless transitions. Like I can press over here. Let's see. There we go. And then just pop back out of here. And I can go ahead and quit Parallels Desktop and just quit. You know, it's nifty. And I could even adjust how much RAM I want to dedicate to Windows, in case I'm running some of the more heavier stuff on Windows, which I don't. So I just keep it at 1 gig. So yeah, and it's pretty fast. I have no complaints, and I can still update the Windows updates, but I can't update anything else, like, you know, the drivers and stuff. So whatever, sacrifices must be made. But overall, like I said before, my Mac experience is pretty good. It's better than I expected, and that's shocking to me, because I generally hate Macs, like, and I still do. So the fact that the Mac is giving me less and less ammo to hate it is a little shocking to me, because I have very hard set views based on experiences that I had in the past and things I learned about the Macs. So okay, so what else? What criticisms do I have about the Mac? Well, one of the criticisms is that battery drains pretty quickly. But it's not such a bad thing if you use it, like, if you like are trying to blast out like 8 hours of work nonstop. Yeah, you know, it's not doable unless you have it charging. But if you want to like blast out 8 hours of work, like not sequentially, so pretty much like you do 2 hours and take like an hour break, like that will probably be just fine without charge. Because I can get like 10 hours off of this, but inconsistently. But yeah, you want to be smart with your battery management, such as lowering the brightness on your display and all that good stuff. You guys already know that. But yeah, it's one of the criticisms. But the counter for that is that it does charge the battery wickedly fast. It's almost impossibly fast how it is. Like, it charges the battery not instantaneously, because obviously that's physically impossible, I believe. Well, yeah, it's physically impossible to transfer that much without damaging. Anyways, so yeah, it's really fast at charging its battery. It's astonishing, really. I was like, whoa, when I saw it was fully charged, it was like, Jesus, like, it was insane. But I mean, like I said, it drains the battery pretty fast. But there's been 2 consecutive days, which is the 2 days of the week that I mentioned, that I was able to use my Mac and not take my charger to school, and it survived. So that's pretty impressive. Although I do find myself limiting myself, I'm not gonna lie. I actively check the battery. I'm like, oh my god, maybe I should close it. You know, so I do check myself, but it still lasts and it gets the job done. It doesn't interfere with my work. Like, it interferes with my slack time, but it does not interfere with my work, which is great. Alright guys, so that's pretty much my summary here on my experience of the Mac. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will be doing another video after a month, and so 3 more weeks, and I will be doing a video of why a PC gamer might want to choose to buy a Mac. But yeah guys, it's been Nova One Winged Angel, like I said earlier, and I'm out for now.